Life, Love, and Lipstick. Welcome to Life, Love, and Lipstick with Lesley Stewart and myself, Tracy Lynn. Hello, hello. How are you?
Hi, Tracy. I'm doing well. You look nice and glowy and springy today.
So do you. You look lovely in blue. I'm really trying. You've had an effect on me. I'm breaking out of my all black attire.
Good. I like it.
I do have a lot of clothes, so I just thought, well, I'm going to dig a little deeper. Find some bright Lesley Stewart color clothes. So,
well, it looks good on you because you got the kind of like the nude lip and the the blush tones and neutrals. It's nice. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look
put
at us.
Effort into this because I
have our
figured
influence.
This is the only thing I can put effort into because everything else, well, it's track pants and
I know.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, this is the one day a week that I make sure that I'm really like super dressed up for.
I'm like, who else can I Zoom call or FaceTime right now? That's what I always think of when I'm always like done up. I'm like, it's got to be somebody I can call. Everything's good. You had a good weekend?
Good weekend. Yes, it's hard. You know, people ask you, what are you doing today? And I have to hesitate. I don't even know what day it is. And you know how it is. But, you know, you just have to make the most of it. We're all in this together right now.
Yeah, that's the best. They're like, so what are you doing this weekend? It's like, well, you know what? I'm thinking of maybe dressing up and going to the living room tonight.
I get excited. I might go do groceries because that's a big day.
Well, you know what? Funny you say go to the grocery store. I used to love going to the grocery store, but lately I don't even want to think about going. So I've been doing this curbside or to the porch drop off.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's so nice. I just wish that they could come in and put it away or cook it.
Oh, that's the best part. I always thought that when I would go out and buy, you know, hundreds of dollars worth of groceries that I wish that I like buying them too, but I don't like putting them away at all. Most of the time I don't have space for it.
No. And I always go on an empty stomach, so I buy stuff that I don't need, but we have lots to get to on this show coming up. We're going to talk a little Oscars, a little celebrity headlines, and a couple other things that are going to make you go, stick around. It's Life, Love, and Lipstick. Welcome back to Life, Love, and Lipstick. It's Lesley Stewart and Tracy Lynn. So we're going to talk a little bit of about the Oscars this past weekend. I mean, I will admit, I did not watch it. I am more of like a pick it up the next day on a headline, but I'll tell you, Lesley, Brad Pitt. Whoa.
This guy. So 57, I've always thought he was an attractive man. Always, I just did. And funny enough, I actually did, I did a radio interview last Friday and we got talking about Brad Pitt. We were talking about, you know, kind of slightly older guys still doing their thing. And I brought him up and I said, well, you know, besides the fact that he's like a good looking guy and they're like, he is. Yeah. The whole world knows it.
Yeah. Every guy knows it. They just don't want to admit it. That's the thing.
Right. So he has a man bun.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not just like your typical man bun that we've seen over the years where guys were doing it like a top knot type thing.
Yeah.
It's like a perfect bun.
Yeah.
The most shiniest hair I've ever seen. It's just perfectly done. And it's so Brad Pitt.
It is because we've seen him, you know, remember, of course, Legends of the Fall. We've seen him with really long hair and he does obviously suit it. He can pull it off. No problem. I'm not a huge long hair guy kind of thing, but he can do it.
Yes. And he had a nice, you know, he didn't have all this scruff on his face. So it was a nice balance.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the only thing I took away from the Oscars. 2021.
I know. And I had planned to watch it and then I got, you know, taken aside to do mommy duties. And so, I mean, we don't need to go through all the wonderful costumes. I think some people well-deserved winning one, which is great.
Yeah.
Broke some boundaries.
Outfits. The red carpet. I saw a couple pictures of celebrities in their beautiful gowns. And I was like, wow, I wish I could look like that while I'm walking into the kitchen or something, like just all done up.
Well, I think one thing was interesting is the way they did it this year. There were no masks because they made sure everybody was vaccinated before they were able to attend. So that's kind of, you know, a little bit of foreshadowing for, I think, what we're going to see.
Yeah. And that would be the other thing that I noticed watching back the highlights. They were sitting close together. Nobody had a mask on because if we've seen previous shows leading up to here, people were wearing masks and the masks were matching their outfits.
Yeah.
Right. And that was like a big trend. And now it was it was very nice to see just their face.
Yeah, I know. It was. Yeah, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, like something to look forward to, but definitely, as I say, foreshadowing to what we may see to attend concerts, sports games, stadiums, that type of thing.
Well, we've had some good positive news. We've heard CFL coming back.
Let's hope, right?
Yeah, I knew I was going to bring that up. We're both football girls, so this is very exciting. We missed a whole season, so a lot of us are feeling lost here in the city. But yeah, so that's good. I know it's pushed back, and there will be limitations as to how many people in the stands, and there's going to be rules and stuff. But regardless, I honestly feel like when they open up sports, because they've done this in the States as well, it should be enter at your own risk. If you want to attend, and it doesn't matter how many people are there or how close you're sitting with someone, it's an enter at your own risk, right?
Sure. And that's the thing. I know a lot of people are looking. So the CFL season's supposed to start in August. It's a truncated season, obviously. And then your Grey Cup is on December 12th. So
yeah, how is that going to work?
Well, hey, Grey Cups are generally cold. So as much as they were trying to move them, sooner and earlier in the season, obviously things have backfired on them. But let's just hope that by then, if we're 80% of the population is supposed to be vaccinated at least partially by July, by December, you would think that we should all be vaccinated and at least maybe be able to attend, or proof of vaccination again to attend or something like that, or testing.
It would just be so nice to get back to the stadium. And a lot of artists are booking concert tours, and they're stopping by Toronto late fall, early winter, New Year. I'm making my list because I'm like, I'm going to a concert. I'm going to a football game. I'm going to a concert. I just want to get out and do stuff, right?
Yep. I love live too, like you. I love that feeling of live and just being in a crowd. A crowd will feel weird at first, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna be like, ew, look at this person. Oh, don't touch me. Don't look. Because that might be our instant, reaction, because we haven't had one-on-one conversations or been that close to somebody who's not in your bubble, right?
Right. I feel awkward sometimes when I watch a show or a movie and I see people close together. It gives me that feeling, even though it's been shot, in the past. And it just, I feel like it makes me feel that little inner panic of, you're too close. There's too many people.
What are you supposed to do if you see someone that you haven't seen in a while? Like, you normally would want to give them a hug. Are you just going to be like air hug it out? Or do you have to text them ahead of time and say, is it okay that I hug you?
Right. Are you vaccinated?
Like, I don't know what the rules will be. So that will be interesting.
Yes. I agree.
Good news. Yeah. It's very exciting. I know we are very excited. Hey, if it puts big smiles on our faces to something to look forward to in like 4 months, then yes, we will get there.
Just some, we want, again, some level of freedom, and we want to at least enjoy. We have such a short summer here in Southern Ontario, right? Obviously, kind of most of Canada does. And so we really just want to enjoy some of it with a little bit more freedom than being locked down and stayed at home order.
Yes. Because the more you tell me to not do something, the more I want to do something.
Makes me feel antsy.
Well, switching gears.
Yeah.
Catlin Jenner. Whoa.
Okay. Did that shock you when you heard about Catlin Jenner?
Yes and no. Okay. She is part of the Kardashian clan. So she is in that mind frame. She knows how that whole business works.
Yes.
71 years old. She wants to run for California governor. Yes. And now, so there was some stuff that came up, red flags, because I know you had sent some stuff over, and she says it's not about transgender equality. It's just about being a celebrity, which to me, it's like, well, okay, so you're a celebrity, you can do whatever you want. And then 2, the next sentence is she's barely even voted herself in her life.
Yeah. And that's a tough one for me, right? I mean, if you haven't gone out of your way, which, I think most politicians would argue, like, you need to vote. You need to step, your voice matters. So it's kind of odd. Like,
yeah, because she's not the first celebrity to run. I mean, I choose for myself personally, I don't talk about politics because, wow, we got enough people that talk about politics.
Yeah.
And it's hard to talk about politics these days because even in sports, even in regular conversation, there's all these politics that come up.
Constantly.
all the time. But I'm
Yeah.
surprised that, I mean, maybe because other celebrities have made it so easy. And they say,
Yes.
like, if you look at The Rock, he's like, oh, you never know. I could run for president one day.
Yeah.
We have Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
We have
I
Donald
mean,
Trump.
right. I mean, way back in the day, Ronald Reagan obviously was president. He was an actor before that. I mean, but he did an incredible job. Most people would agree. So again, it's political. Some might not, but yeah, I mean, it's not new that actors or celebrities are running for politics. I mean, it's kind of one of those jobs. You can kind of come from all different walks of life. It's not just a, law or business degree anymore that gets you into politics, but it's just whatever the motivation is behind this,
Yeah.
For
And then I
people.
start thinking, then it brings me back to this whole, back in the day, you needed to have some sort of credibility behind you.
Yeah.
Schooling, work
Yes.
experience. Now, well, if you have a couple followers, you can be anything you want in life, right?
Yes.
Which has then hurt people who have the education and the experience to go ahead in that
Mm-hmm.
field. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we look at the media field, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's popping up with shows and everybody has followers.
Yeah.
But with this in particular, I find it odd that she is saying, oh, it's just I'm a celebrity. It has nothing to do with my gender, but yet she would go down in history as being the first
Right.
transgender, you know.
Yeah, that one jumped out at me right away. So
So it's
I know.
like, okay, so what is it? Like, don't
Mm-hmm.
don't I mean, not that I'm voting because I can't vote there, but
Right.
it comes down to it almost sounds stupid,
Yeah.
right?
Well, she's going to have a good platform, and she's going to have to sound intelligent and have a purpose. So it can't just be because I'm a celebrity,
Yeah.
like, well, Kanye West was another one that was, I know he was
Running for
kind of
president.
backing Trump, right? So some people thought he was just there to kind of elevate the numbers, but still the fact that he put it out there, can you imagine Kanye running the United States of America?
I
Oh my
know.
goodness.
And I just got finished watching Young Rock, this series.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, and I really liked it. It was a little like it took me a little bit to get there to watch all episodes. So I finished up to date. And interesting that he's saying in there, oh yeah, he's going to run for president, I don't know, 2034 or whatever. Like it's a futuristic thing. But
Right.
then he makes the statement that, oh no, I'm not going to run. Oh, maybe I will run. Who knows if I'm going to run? And
Mm-hmm.
48% of the people, the last time I looked at this, 48% of people said they would vote for him because he's The Rock.
He is well liked. I mean,
But can he be a president?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think he's a relatively intelligent man. But again, it would have to, that's a different role. That's
Yeah.
a different.
So this is where I'm saying, like, this is where it gets blown out of proportion because all these people are like, are we setting our kids up for failure because we're
Right.
saying, hey, you want to be president, or if you want to do this, just do it. You don't need any experience. You don't need to know really what you're doing. You got people to do it for you.
Kind of sounds like it's the wave of the future.
Why did I waste all my time doing it this way? When, right?
I agree. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Headline.
Yes.
I wonder if she will actually like stick with it.
Yeah, follow through. Well, you know what? They you are a target and you will get eaten alive in that role. Which is why I would never run for politics, because you can never please everybody ever. It doesn't even matter how great a person you are, or how great your platform is. So that's where people end up falling off, right? So
people can just be straight out mean.
Oh, people are mean.
Mean. And then they're going to pull up a lot of stuff from her past.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you are either acceptable,
you
either accept transgender, or you don't. And the ones that don't are just, let's just put out there, they can just be jerks. Okay.
Yeah. Some people really struggle with it. It's uncomfortable for them. So they lash out.
But then part of me kind of hopes that she does. On the flip side, I hope that she does follow through, because it is a great message, not only for females or for males, but it's a great message to people to say, hey, you know what? People are accepting.
Yes.
There's good change coming.
Yeah. Well, considering, I mean, she was, when she was male as an Olympic athlete, and she was like like everyone's prince in the United States. Everybody loved him at the time, right? So, look what she's overcome already. So, yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully it's not a joke to her, because I know a lot of the stuff associated with the Kardashians, not saying that they are a joke. They are very smart, educated females, because man, look at how many billionaires they have in that family.
Yeah.
I just hope that it's being done for the right reasons.
Yeah. I've never really watched the show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians or any of that. The whole idea of being famous for being famous kind of thing just is hard for me.
The story behind it is ridiculous, but I do
can't
like to watch TV. I will admit that.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel so much better about my life sometimes.
There you go. Whatever.
I mean, seriously, when you watch some of this, it's so out there and so far-fetched, and these are real people. It's not like written.
Right.
And some people would say some of the stuff that's happened in my life could be a reality show. So
yeah, right?
Yeah. Imagine, wait till our reality show comes out for Life, Love, and Lipstick.
Boy. Oh, boy.
You never know. We could have a camera follow us around one day.
Yeah.
When we can actually do this in person. But in the meantime, coming up, we're going to talk about cheating husbands. Stick around. Welcome back to Life, Love, and Lipstick. Cheating husbands. Yeah, that doesn't get your attention. There might be a few other things throughout the show that will, but this one in particular, common thing, pandemic, bringing out a lot of cheaters. That's for sure. We've talked about that multiple times.
We have.
And the percentage of ones that say they aren't going to cheat after the pandemic.
Right. Which again, we've talked about, which is really odd. And it's a stay-at-home order right now here in Ontario. So nobody should be cheating on anyone because you're not supposed to leave your house.
Right. Well, making a big headline, I instantly sent it to you when I saw it, because it was really no surprise either, but it's the backstory, and it's a common one too. One I know we can both relate to. Jenna Kramer, she's a country singer. She, you would know as soon as you listen to her, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know who she is.
Yes.
Sweet person, very sweet person. I actually am a
fan
of her.
Like cute little thing, talented,
stunning. Like you said, talented. She's business oriented. She's smart. She's a mom. She has 2 kids. Well, she says it's time to focus on her right now. She is actually divorcing. She's leaving, 100% leaving her husband. I'm not even going to say, I'm just going to go by his name, Mike. His name is Mike, but I'm not even going to go into his last name, because you know what? I don't like him.
No, I don't either.
I have not liked him for a very long time.
No.
I follow them on social. They have their own podcast. Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's what gets me. Okay, fine. He chose to cheat multiple times, and he's lied multiple times, and he got caught. She was, I'm going to forgive you. We're going to work through this for our family. They've renewed their vows. They had a baby. He did it again. But here's the thing. She needs to stop saying, and he needs to stop saying this, because I can't, this is what irks me right now. When men cheat, all of a sudden they have sex addiction. That's it.
Oh, it's so funny you say that, Tracy. I know.
What is with that? No, you cheated because you are, okay, wait, I better calm down, because I almost said something I probably can't say on a radio. You are a cheater.
Yeah.
A 100% cheater. You are not addicted to sex. You are addicted to somebody, no matter if you're male or female. You are addicted to the pride, the getting.
Yeah.
You're addicted to just having your ego stroked when you know you're just a douche.
Right. And you are disloyal. It's not a sex addiction. You're disloyal. That's what's happening here. And if you know that you need to have new all the time, don't get married. Don't pretend to somebody. Don't do this to your children, because the poor kids, it just breaks my heart in a million pieces for the kids.
Did he just wake up one day and go, yep, I'm addicted to sex. So guess what? I'm going to go out and get it. No, as you said, you either, I don't know if it's a mutated gene. I don't know what it is.
I know.
Something, or is it something that just, there's a trigger from something that has happened in your life, the need to be wanted. And I don't think it's the new, because I mean, we've done the stats on why women cheat or why women leave a relationship. Men, they say, now this is where I'm going to call BS again. They say men cheat because there's no sex in their life with their significant other.
Sorry, that is not true.
Yeah, because you can be open like a 7-Eleven and be exclusive to your partner.
Yeah.
They will still cheat.
They will, 100%.
And then it's, Jenna or either one of us or anyone who's listening who's been cheated on.
Yes.
Then there's that thing of, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Because you look at the person or people that they're doing this with, again, could be male or female, whoever's doing the cheating. You look at them and you're like, whoa, why does it look like they've downgraded?
Completely.
What is wrong with me?
I know. And it doesn't matter who you are and how confident you are about yourself and how successful you are. It will hit you and it'll make you think. And it doesn't matter, right? Again, as you say, male or female, you'll be like, what did I do? Like, what is wrong with me? There's got to be something because he decided I wasn't enough.
And then you start looking at the way that you look.
Yeah.
You may start changing things about yourself because maybe you're like, well, maybe they prefer this and then I should look like that.
Right.
But then we've seen this with celebrities. When you look at the people that they've cheated on with.
Right. You're like, I don't want to look like that. I'm not going to try to look like that.
Oh my gosh.
It's
wow. If I only would have known, I wouldn't have put so much effort into myself.
This is true. And one thing I did hear is that sometimes, and I'll just, I think it could go both ways, male or female, but sometimes guys don't like, if I use this male side, they don't like when a woman is really powerful and beautiful and gets attention, even though they're loyal to, the woman's loyal to them. Sometimes a guy actually likes to have a girl a little less. So when we look and say, oh, wow, like he chose her, it's because he feels superior to her. And he didn't feel superior with us.
And some are very easily manipulated. Right?
Yes. Yes.
And that's like you said, they just want to be, we've talked about this, especially when it comes to A-Rod and Jennifer Lopez. Just how they are, the narcissistic that comes out. We've talked about, was it gaslighting? We've talked about all these things that happen in a relationship. Yes. Where we then turn around and then now we're damaged. So if you look at Jenna Kramer, she tried and she tried. Yeah. She should have just given up a long time ago when she originally did. But she said that she loved him, and that's the hard part.
That's the hard part.
Do you love them, or is it more because I'm comfortable with them?
Yeah, the comfortable thing is a big thing. You get used to routine. You get used to your Saturday morning coffees with somebody. Yes. Well, guess what? You can have a Saturday morning coffee with somebody else that actually truly loves you. Because if you're cheating, you don't truly love that person.
No. And the relationship can get very crowded easily.
Yes.
Because there's yourself, your significant other, plus whomever they're seeing or who they're on the phone with texting. We've heard a lot of social media relationships happening.
Yeah.
The gram relationships that are happening out there, the emotional thing where they're like, well, I'm not physically leaving and cheating. Well, no, they're emotionally doing it.
Oh, and that feeling that I remember this feeling, that toxic feeling in the relationship when you see their phone light up or you see them messaging someone and you should not be thinking that or wondering, who is my husband messaging right now?
Like it's a gut sinking, like anchors down in your gut because don't know. And then of course, when you go on your phone, it's like, well, what are you doing? Who are you doing? I'm not really doing anything. I just picked up my phone because you're busy on yours. Exactly. Or, and I've heard this multiple times from friends too, where they've said that they're not talking to anybody, but they're like, well, my significant other's on their phone all the time. I might as well just play a game on mine.
Oh, it's just so disrespectful. And it just spirals down so quickly when all that starts happening. And I again, for Jenna Kramer, I understand. And I know I gave second chances and many chances. And one day you just break. You can only take so much. And you have to have self-respect and say, as tough as this is, especially when you have children, I have to take care of me and my kids now. This is toxic and awful. And do you believe, Tracy, that once a cheater, always a cheater?
I do believe that, but I also believe sometimes, maybe rare, rare, like maybe one or two people,
Mm-hmm.
they maybe learn from their mistakes. They realize maybe what they actually have, and they're willing to put the work into it, because then you have someone who has cheated, and there's stats that show they then come into the relationship, back into the relationship, sorry. They're the ones that are insecure because they're thinking, okay, well, when's that person going to cheat on me?
Right.
Right.
Interesting. And, and sometimes when people get older, they're not, as hot on the market anymore. Right.
That's the
right.
best part. I would call that karma.
Right.
You look at a bunch of cheaters, and then you look at them when they were younger, and then you compare them to what they look like now, and you're like, yeah.
Are you still getting what you were getting? And are you paying for it because and then maybe you're going to end up alone because you decided to leave this amazing person, male or female, to choose you.
I don't know. So my next question, but then it falls into this one too. One, I never understood how somebody could go and cheat and then come home to the other person and look at them.
Yes.
But then when you look back, like I know other people that have said, oh, there was red flags, because then they would pick fights. It would make me look like I was the one doing something, and I was the one that was causing this.
Yep.
But here's the question. How do you move on? Like, Jenna's going to have a hard time, because I believe this is like her third marriage.
Is it really?
Well, she's been married before, we'll put it that way. And now she's leaving a husband that's saying he has a sex addiction. So I think part of it before was that she was feeling guilty. So she wanted to heal him.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? Because as females, or as anyone who's, you just want to make sure that the person that you love is okay. So how do we move on from this? It's very hard.
I don't know. And especially when you're in the limelight like that, right? And you've got kids now. And that's one thing I know a lot of women are worried when they don't want to leave because they're afraid that no one's going to like them or want them because they have children. And that is not true at all. But it makes you feel that way. I know I question that too.
It's balance too, right?
Yeah.
Because you're thinking, like, I know for myself, when I went in, went through the divorce, then it was time to like maybe go out or just to go out of the house, not to look for somebody, but just to go out of the house. It was like, man, I haven't been single in like forever.
Right.
I gotta like shave my legs, and what do I gotta wax?
Yeah. Right. What's cool? What's trendy right now?
What's a strip? Like, what's a landing strip? Like, I'm not like, because at the time it was a while ago, but it's just stuff like that you start second guessing yourself. And then it's, well, how do I talk to somebody?
Yeah, I know. And you know what? And like, I don't know about you, but Tracy, I do know you didn't like the bar scene like I did.
No.
I never liked the bar scene either, I should say. And so I didn't like it when I was 20. Why would I ever like it now? So people feel like they have to go to a bar to meet somebody, not in your 40s or 50s or 60s or up. Like, no, don't, because chances are they're not the good ones there.
Well, I mean, and you can. I mean, a lot of people do meet online. People do meet outside of the home. Yeah. A lot of the places are where you least expect it.
Yes. Those are the good ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Grocery store,
or a coffee shop, right? Just casual conversation, I mean, it's tough though, because it's scary, because you don't know if people are really weird and you're opening your doors up to some.
How are you? And they're like, 6 feet away, please. No.
Googling you.
Well, see, and that's the other thing. You can get, as soon as you get someone's name, what's the first thing you do? Yeah. You start creeping them out on social media.
For sure.
And then that's when you realize that, oh, there's the married single guy.
Yeah.
The single guy. The I don't know if I'm in a relationship or out of a relationship, or
or I'm just a sex addict, so I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
Yeah. See, that just threw me for a loop. He was addicted to sex because he's not the first person to come out to say, yeah, I've cheated multiple times. It's because I'm addicted to sex.
No, you're a cheater.
Yeah. To want something that's normal. It's human. Right. It's just the life part of it. But to hurt and to manipulate and then turn it around, that's, I hope she gets that there. I hope she goes for therapy. I hope that she takes the time, because it is hard to take time for yourself, as we know, when you have kids.
Yeah, it is.
That's the hard part. But
it's really hard. And a lot of us, like, when we left, our kids were really little, and it's all about them. And there's no going out and being able, like, and you're exhausted, and it's an emotional roller coaster. You have to go through all the motions of anger and sadness, and
well, that's the thing that people don't do. They don't go through the motions of, no matter if it's a long-term relationship or if you're coming out of divorce or if you're just, whichever it is very hard. But yeah, and I'm sure this is definitely going to be a topic that we're going to talk about again, because I'm sure Jenna's going to be coming out, and she's going to probably be a good person to follow, because I'd like to see her healing path. That's for sure.
Yes, because it can be a little of a bumpy one, but you can do it. And so women or men who feel like they're stuck in a relationship right now, you can go on your own, because it's better to be on your own and start healing than to be stuck in this toxic relationship. Absolutely. And you will never heal from that when you're just stuck in it, but you can get off that ride.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
I know we have a little bit more to get to. Oh my God, this one I just had to start stuttering because I can't believe it. We're talking about cheaters.
Yeah.
But this one that we're going to talk about after the break,
yeah.
She doesn't say she's a cheater, but she has admitted to having an affair. But it's an interesting way that she's done the affair.
A little bit of a twist to this one.
A little bit of a twist. So stick around. We're going to get to it right after the break. Hey, welcome back to Life, Love, and Lipstick. We talked about the cheating husband. Mm-hmm. Now let's talk about the cheating female. This one, I know I was stuttering before we went to break, because this one, I saw it and I instantly, again, I sent it right to you. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa. But for many reasons. One, wow, interesting. But tables turned after I explained what this person did. Tables turned, there'd be an issue. So Kris Jenner, it's come back out again that Kris Jenner, obviously we've Kardashians.
Yeah.
She has a boy toy contract. Genius? Smart? Did she dig herself a hole?
I mean, guys have their younger females, and they could be in a relationship or not, but they have their thing going on. And it's interesting when you look at on the flip side.
Because if a female is being paid by someone, you're shocked, like you're just like, whoa, my God, they just like, ugh, the backlash you take from that, right?
Yes.
But now we have a female in power who's paying a man.
Yeah. So how many years younger is this guy than Kris Jenner?
Well, the first one that came out, I believe she was in her late 30s, like 37, and he was 23.
Okay.
And I think he was a soccer player. But anyways, she does enjoy a younger guy. And in this contract was like millions and millions of dollars at stake, because if he was to say anything, she was going to sue him. Like they released the contract. It is so funny because it's all legal terms, and then, CA Section 2. Yeah. So it's basically called a boy toy contract.
Can you imagine going through all the logistics of that prior to having this sexual relationship with this person? Like, here, sign here. And, if things go awry, I will sue your butt.
And if I'm not satisfied, please go back to Section 5, 2, 6, 7, 8. Reread that.
Read what I like, what I don't like.
But that's exactly what it is. So interesting. So she has admitted to having an affair with her husband, on her husband.
Yeah.
When he was doing like the O.J. Simpson trial, all that. So, right. So, I mean, she's admitted it. It's been on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, as everybody knows. I love my trash TV. I do. Sometimes it just fills my heart.
But as you said earlier, you learn a lot from it. In some respects, you're like, I don't want my life to ever be like that.
You just made me feel really good.
Yes.
You made my life look so good right now. Thanks, Kim Kardashian.
Well, because money definitely does not buy happiness.
Oh my gosh.
The whole crew, man.
So now Kris Jenner, this is coming back out again. That she had a boy toy contract. So, wow. I know we kind of slam men a lot. I know. I'll admit it. We do.
But we do say that it goes both ways.
What they've done.
Yeah. I mean, it does go both ways. right? So yeah,
both ways.
Yeah, so we're fair that way. But what about when I'll just do like just say a storyline where someone cheats on their spouse with say a girl of the night. And then she finds out that this person is actually kind of maybe famous and could expose him and then extorts him in, right? And then you got to do the hush sort of contract as well, or the payout. Like, I mean, that kind of stuff too is really touchy territory, because how are you going to trust that they're actually going to stay quiet on you? Like, you're getting into some dangerous territory there.
Yeah, that a lot of people wouldn't keep their mouth shut because everybody wants to get a headline.
Right. Well, remember, there was I won't get into too specifics, but there was a Miami Dolphins coach that got ratted out by a prostitute that, basically took him out. I mean, and that was one of many where, they're just like, you know what? I know you have money. I know you have a high level position. You do what I say, or I'm going to expose you. And people are falling from grace these days.
Well, yeah, we see it a lot with athletes.
Yes.
When one female, and that's the thing that gets me. I mean, we've just recently seen it not too long ago. Again, NFL football, a baller.
Yep.
One woman came out, two women come out about sexual harassment.
Yes.
And being inappropriate in massages and this and that. And the next thing you know, you have like 20 plus women.
Yeah. They all start coming out.
They all start coming out, but then you wonder, you have to feel bad for the ones that have the real story rather than the ones that are trolls and they're just hopping on the bandwagon.
And I do feel sorry for men sometimes who get taken out by this. There could have been maybe just one little side relationship. And then there's, as you say, there's the trolls, the other women who come out and take them out. Now, if they've done wrong and, deserve of this, that's completely, absolutely. I will never feel sorry for a man if they've done wrong like that. Yeah. But there are women who have done this kind of stuff to try to take a guy out, as you say, just for, to grow their social media platform.
Yeah. And it sucks. I mean, you do feel bad for the guys or any female that has gone through that, but I just thought it was rather interesting. Kris Jenner making this headline. This is resurfacing that she has this boy toy contract. And then part of me, I would not do this because I don't agree with this, but there's that inner voice that is like, oh my God, high five, Kris Jenner. Like, that's amazing.
She's, I mean, like, to think that she could pull that off. Well, more power to her, I guess, if that's her thing.
Wow. Like, she's got some money. Why not? Sure. But can you imagine what her new boyfriend's thinking? Like,
I know.
How many of these boy toy contracts do you have out there?
It's so crazy to think about, but our world, where is it going?
Interesting that she's done that, but
I know.
What are we going to do? And okay, so I sent out some questions, some really cute questions. I mean, we were, always looking to get to know each other, or some fun things if you were wanting to get to know somebody.
Yes.
They're just opening it up right now, so bear with me. I know we're on the radio and people are like, shouldn't you have this like left on already? No. Story of my life. I'm organized, but yet I am very disorganized.
But these are really good questions. They're ones for any kind of relationship, a friendship, even work relationships, because they're 36 questions that Cosmo magazine put together that really kind of open up, the flow of conversation and get people to know a little bit more. I kind of like them.
Yeah. And this one in particular, which kind of, I think, flows with all of this stuff for today's content that we talked about, was what's the best decision that you have made in your life?
I knew you were going to pick that one out.
Oh yeah. I was going there.
Right.
So just to say, anybody listening or following us, we can imagine. I don't regret anything. Right. Because, you learn from it, and you get great gifts along the way, meaning children or, experiences, which you can't just get. It is what it is. Right.
Yes, so exactly.
Yeah. That one pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I've always thought the most important decision of your life is who you choose to marry. Yes. So obviously, because they impact everything. So obviously that's that's a big decision to leave that person. And you hope that it is your best decision for sure.
Yeah. And in this one in particular, and maybe we can get Jenna Kramer to answer this one as well at some point, but and yourself, Lesley, like, would you consider yourself healed from your past? Do you feel that you're there yet, or not quite?
I'm not there yet because I'm still in it.
Yes.
So,
yes,
right.
Okay.
Because
I understand that.
Yeah. So because I'm still in the divorce process, which we actually, by the way, we're going to have a divorce lawyer on coming up on another show soon. So people can tune into that. Lots of questions and answers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think because it's still on my mind constantly, and I'm almost at the 8-year mark. Yes, I said 8 years.
Yeah.
So it's with you. It's like a chronic stress. It's there. And I think I'll be more free. I'll be free from it and put it in my rearview mirror once I'm actually, decree done over.
Yes, because it is like a weight lifted off your shoulders, something you're not having to stress about. So mine would be 11 years ago. It was 2010. So I felt like I've dealt with it, and I've dealt with it. It took me a lot longer. I will say, anyone who is going through it, don't be afraid to be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask questions and to feel, because I suppressed and let it all down. But now I'm great. Like, I will say, because I know we only have a few minutes left, it is so nice to love yourself, and it is so amazing to feel what real love is.
Oh, and you and I have talked about this, Tracy, before, when you actually, you thought you were in love before, and then you find that other person, that person, and you're like, oh, so this is it. This is what it is. And as you say, also along the way, you learn so much about yourself. You learn how strong you can be, particularly as a female.
Yes.
Get out, be independent, and you feel so much better in your own skin, and you can just give back to that relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always nice. And I know it's hard because we talk a lot about our past, and I know we'll go through all these questions over the next, probably the next show that we do the following week. But interesting conversation today, as always, because, let's hope, we can quickly recap. Catlin Jenner, hopefully, yes, does something. Let's see if she'll follow through. Might just be a headliner. We love Brad Pitt's new hair.
Yeah. His shiny little man bun that he's got going on.
He's another one that had some karma with some relationships. So
yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Not that we're giving him the green light, because we know what he's done, but we're just saying.
No. Because he could have had really cute babies with Jen Aniston, but he didn't. So whatever, Brad. But
yeah. And Angelina didn't turn out to be as great as he thought she was. So we'll leave that one there. But between cheating men and women with boy toy contracts, wow, there was something that we learned today.
A lot. And a lot will keep people thinking. We hope that we had you thinking. We hope that maybe we opened your eyes to some things, because some people feel trapped in their relationships, and you should never feel trapped ever. So, right? No. And it's hard when you're in it to see it.
So as we said, maybe we'll try to get a hold of Jenna Kramer. We'll see what she's up to, how she's healing, because we want to know what you guys are thinking. So stop by our social media. Don't forget to follow us. Let us know if there's a topic that you would like us to talk about, or if you have any questions. But you got to be following us to know what we're up to. So don't forget to do that. So
exactly. And we have all kinds of great guests on too. So if you have ideas for guests that you'd like us to interview, and definitely check out our YouTube channel, and make sure you check out at Life Love Lipstick Pod, which is our Instagram handle. So you can hang out with us.
Yeah, and Spotify, we're everywhere.
We
miss us.
We have a lot to say.
Yeah, I know we need a longer show, that's for sure. So, Lesley, it was a great time with you today again, and I look forward to next week.
Okay, take care, girl.
Bye.
Bye.
Life, Love, and Lipstick.